Hey everybody!
Hello.
MaJeliv here, we are the Vasquez Family. Welcome back to another MaJeliv video. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to the official trailer of Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
It is here.
Yeah, it's here. We just finished watching the Indiana Jones trailer, and right as we were about to get off, we realized Marvel threw us another one, and we are not upset. We're not upset at all. So we're ready to jump into this one. We love Guardians of the Galaxy. It was one of those movies that was a pleasant surprise for us.
Definitely.
We knew nothing about Guardians of the Galaxy before the first movie. Then we absolutely fell in love with them, and we just were all about the story, the journeys of these characters, and we've been all for the ride. So we're gonna jump in and see what this final Guardians of the Galaxy movie entails. We are extremely excited. We have not seen the Christmas holiday special yet, but we're really excited to see this one. So
let us know if it connects.
Yeah. We're excited to jump in. We're excited that you guys are here with us, and let's watch this official trailer of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yes.
Let's do this thing.
We were gone for quite a while.
Yep.
But no matter what happens next,
Whoa.
the
so
galaxy
cool.
still needs its guardians. Hello, we come in peace.
Whoa.
Come on, Drax. Seriously, dude? No.
Oh, no.
What? Dude, Drax, bro.
No.
You see that Groot's older now?
Mm-hmm.
Where we came from.
Oh.
We have been running our whole lives.
Whoa.
Pete, I'm done running.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh.
Dang, man. Wow.
What is
Fly
this?
away together.
Dude, Rocket better not die, man.
Dude.
Into the forever.
Oh.
That beautiful sky.
Oh my god. Yo!
Oh.
Dang, man.
Dude.
And we'll kill anyone who gets in our way.
No, not kill anyone.
Kill a few people.
Kill no people.
Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves.
Now you're just making it sad.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my goodness
Oh, man. There's so much there.
gracious.
So much and nothing all at the same
Well,
time.
because
like,
we don't know. We don't know the comics, so I don't know who the villain is. There's a lot of what I do know is that there's clearly a tie into their origin, but you're right. You made a comment that scares me. Is Rocket gonna meet
There's a
his
lot
end?
of emotional reflections to their past, and them saying that they're tired of running. I'm like, dude, anything could happen in this movie. I mean, I don't know how many movies they're making. I don't know this is the last one, but I mean, I got a little emotional just watching it, and the whole thing of Groot, I don't know. I think it's the whole, the only thing he says is "I am Groot" or "We are Groot." But when he says "We are Groot," it's very we are family.
Yeah.
And it's they're all learning their things and they're all growing, and you just don't know what's gonna happen. So it's whoa, I got unexpected chills.
Yeah, I think it's the great. I think one of the great ironies with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and characters is there's always this level of comedy and obviously fun,
Yeah.
comedy, but then there's also that great balance and juxtaposition with tragedy and drama too, and some of these tragic moments that these characters go through. And so to see both of those worlds kind of collide and blend in, and James Gunn always does a amazing job at doing that. And I think this is the final, at least in terms of the trilogy that they've done together. I mean,
feels
they
like
may
it,
make
man.
something in the end, but I mean, we're kind of getting to that point now, I think, with Marvel and some of these characters where there's certain chapters that are closing and new ones are beginning. Yeah. So yeah, to see all of these actors and characters on the same screen together again, that may not happen. I remember we saw glimpses of the villain at D23. He came out in his outfit and I think it was D23 or Comic-Con, I can't remember now, but it was one of those events where we got a little bit more of a glimpse. And he looks terrifying. And I think I remember reading a little bit more on the character. I forget his name. I apologize. You guys can remind us in the comments. But about his angle being, he's all about evolution and enhancement and almost perfection and being so like almost obsessive about that one fact of perfection and yeah, eliminating all imperfection and any mistakes.
Adam Warlock we saw.
Yeah, we saw Will Poulter as Adam Warlock, which was quite really exciting. We know that character has been in the works for a long time. So I mean, I have high hopes for this movie. I don't have any fears that it would be horrible.
I do know that I would like to, because that was, I mean, one of a couple of things from Thor: Love and Thunder was that these characters are so great. Like they're not trash. They're not things you have to throw out. They are good characters, and so you don't need to get rid of them in the first 15 minutes of the movie. They're good characters, fantastic characters, and so I wonder how they connect. But I am very excited to see the true Guardians on screen again, because it's been a long time since we've seen a Guardians of the Galaxy movie with the same director, with the same intention, with the same care.
His vision of it.
It's his vision of it, which is we all love his vision of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's fantastic. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I think that's why it's so exciting, because it's him behind it. But
yeah.
What about you, Jim? I mean, you talked about Animal, but anything else you guys are?
I mean, I think what you mentioned about the villain, I didn't realize that. There's a lot I don't know that I haven't heard about this movie, but it does seem like they have to come to terms with who they are, who they were, like, because they are all imperfect in some way. They're all different. They're all outsiders. So I think, them dealing with that, but it also felt like very much like a sense of closure. So I do feel like we will be saying goodbye in some way to some of these characters. Not necessarily because they're going to die, but I do think we are also parting ways with some of these characters that we've grown to love. I am happy we're seeing them again in this light, because yes, after Thor: Love and Thunder, we were very concerned about where Guardians of the Galaxy was going. I'm very intrigued too about this planet they're landing on and these people.
They showed us a lot with that, but without really saying too much either. I mean, we know Gamora's there, but we also know Gamora died, so
exactly.
There's just
There's
a
all
lot.
that.
That's also her from the other timeline. So
but she didn't know who Star-Lord was. She even kicked him in the nuts.
It's just that I feel like a lot of these characters, it looks like, are gonna be reaching that. I don't want to say redemption. I don't think that's the right word, but they have an arc. They all have their own arc and their own journey.
Fulfillment, maybe?
Fulfillment of that full circle moment where they're able to fully come to terms with who they are, or evolve and become that hero that they've always been, just never believed they could be. Maybe.
I think that's why I love Rocket so much. Him and Groot are my two favorite out of all the Guardians.
Yeah.
And say was. He is.
He is. He always is.
I think you have a feeling that maybe
I have a bad feeling
happen.
about it, but I pray not. But if it is, I feel like it'll be very meaningful. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm a lot more excited than I realized.
I do have to share that my fascination with the Guardians of the Galaxy has more to do with what goes on behind the scenes and everything surrounding the making of this series, really, because with this one, James Gunn almost wasn't the director. He almost was taken out, and now he's with DC Films head. So you wonder where this is going. That's why I think there's going to be a bit of a bookend feeling with this story, whatever the story ends up being. Which, by the way, this feels to me very much more like a teaser. They're teasing all these possible elements in this story because they don't want to give too much away, but. I do sense the same thing as you guys, that there's a fulfillment of something, a closure of something. And I'm also brought back to the beginning of things, like where you see Chris Pratt having this great ensemble together with this great cast. I go back to the first one. I read an article recently of Sarah Finn, who is the casting director. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but James Gunn was not interested in Chris Pratt. He did not want to see Chris Pratt reach for this role. He didn't want it. And Sarah Finn was like, I just don't see anybody else doing this. She had to win James Gunn over. She kind of slightly tricked him, and she made sure that James and Chris were in the same building at the same time. And she was like, hey, Mr. Gunn, by the way, Chris is here. And so maybe you could... And within a few seconds, James Gunn was like, "Yeah, he's Star-Lord. There's no question."
Yeah.
So because I mean, and those things are important to me as we do what we do as actors, because if you pick the wrong person, I don't think this series kind of comes out of that underdog position. I feel like Chris Pratt, even he used to tell Sarah Finn, "I don't want to read for this because I just don't think I'm a leading guy." At the time, he was heavier. And I feel like that's the underdog story of the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the fundamental of why it's such a pleasant surprise, as you said, Matthew, because it kind of comes out of nowhere. And these characters, they just kind of embrace us with their eccentricness, the way they play off each other.
It's the unlikely heroes that I think
correct.
sometimes
And the unlikely heroes. That's the best way.
The outsiders. I mean, even with the Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, they kind of stuck out like sore thumbs because they were kind of the weird bunch out of it, and not a weird in like a sad way, but like just like they were different. They stood out and they had their own opinions, but they were also some of the best highlights of those movies, and it's just they're such a great and I think powerful group in their own way, and they have a certain heart, and they bring a certain heart to the MCU. To their universe, that is, I think, needed, and that a lot of people can relate to. They can relate to that relatability to tragedy, to suffering, to family, to so much, to imperfection, to constantly trying to be better, and it's just there's a lot there that people can relate to, and I think that's why
the music
Guardians
as well.
have, and then the music, of course.
Music always is.
So
that's why this one's definitely because the song of the trailer even had a certain tone to it that is like, oh man,
so it's exciting stuff, man. It's really we're thrilled. We're thrilled that this is right around the corner, and we can't wait to give our thoughts on it and to see what they reveal up until it comes out in May, right? I think May is soon. So yeah, guys, man, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our reaction to the official trailer of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit the like button if you guys are excited for this movie. We want to see how many of you guys are excited. We have a feeling a lot of you are, and we want to hear why. So let us know down below in the comments. Any theories you have, anything else that's good for us to know about the comics or things that you guys might know from your insiders. Some of you guys are so educated and you know all your stuff. So we love to hear how brilliant you all are. So we'd love to connect with all of you in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and you enjoy what we're doing here on this channel, you guys can support what we do here on this channel by checking out the link in the description or this card up above, which will take you to our Patreon. And your support there monthly will help. Right now, our goal for this channel is to hire an editor, so you guys will help us to hire an editor with your support monthly, as well as fund the creative projects that we are producing as a family of actors and artists. We are actors in the TV and film industry, except Mom. She's the boss. She's the big boss. She's done some acting here and there. She won't say it, but we'll say it to you. She's got the chops too. But yeah, as a family of artists, there's a lot of things that we are creating and developing, and we have to share with all of you. So if you want to be a part of that process, you guys can check out those 2 links. But besides that, go out there, spread your light, and we'll see you guys in the next MaJeliv video. Have a MaJeliv day. Bye.
Bye.